She will never set foot on me again. Adelaide, pigeon.
Hey, girls, opening a tuna fish on rye and a chocolate sundae. With some baby ketchup and mayonnaise. The hot pot.
Are you still here?
Hey, Driver Charlie, been waking us all day. Finally, I said, look, Charlie, I'm starving. I got to get out here and get something to eat. And he says, you don't want nothing to eat. You just want to sneak out and eat that cheap bum. Nation destroyed.
So what did you say to him?
I told him. I says I'll eat 2 peppers I want.
Look, Adelaide, I'm expecting a fella, and I know you're hungry. What?
Nathan, I'm trying to get rid of me.
No, I just don't want your sandwich to get soggy. Look, fellas, why don't you take Adelaide to the drugstore? You see, honey, it's across the street, and the open manholes in your clothes.
Oh, Nathan, here's the box. This is the sweet places. Goodbye.
Veterans that have enjoyed an evening of community theater. You are looking at a group of people rehearsing for a play. The applause will be their only payment for many, many hours of labor. These people are amateurs on produced community or little theater shows for a great variety of reasons. Some do it for relaxation. Some do it because they sincerely love acting in the theater. Others do it because it provides them with a creative outlet denied them in many other community activities. But regardless of the reasons, here they are.
Right now we are rehearsing for a very swell affair. The annual celebration, all the gentry will be there. When General Grant to Ireland came, he took me by the hand. Cause he I never saw the like of McNamara's band. Well, cousin, I even kissed Aunt Lou. Oh, if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it's got to be the best. I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road, and Grandma's the best. I'd trade them all, plus the gal down the road. Gee, it's nice to have a gal down the road. There was 9 feet tall and 6 feet wide, soft as a downy chick. It came from the letters of 11 feet ago, but talk from the chick. We'd only kids for how long that they were so from Didn't get much sleep.
Just, if you do, just, you know, try not to if you remember, but no big thing. Right. No, I still think the set is really good. And I think it's very functional. Look, you guys, I was really proud. I got to tell you that. I mean, the thing you had was energy out there. And as soon as you got out there, it wasn't just like a nice dress rehearsal or good practice. It was better than that. You reacted to the audience. That's what I want you to learn about tonight. You're going to have a different audience out there. And every night you do it, and you have a different audience, they react differently. So you don't know, this audience might not laugh at the same parts. They might not applaud the same parts. So what you've got to do is you've got to work that audience. You've got to put more energy into it. Now, just because you did it once, and you did it, you know, in such a good manner like you did yesterday, doesn't mean it's going to come across good again. I want that energy. Don't get overconfident. Don't get overconfident. Okay? Loud. And you work, and slow. Now, the timing was good. The timing was good. I'll tell you, Jenny did something where all of a sudden the curtain was going a little faster than Jenny was walking.
I can do more homework at this time.
You mean the house and everything?
Yeah. Well, I better get out to the baseball field. So long. Good afternoon, Mrs. Webb.
Good afternoon, George.
So long, Emily.
So long, George. And like some out there sing these themes. George did put himself out in real conversation, didn't he? He's growing up. How old will George be? Oh, I don't know. See, he must be almost 16. Mama, I made a speech in class today, and I was very good. You must have taught it to your father at supper. What was it about?
Louisiana
Oh, seriously.
1904. June 7th, just after high school commencement. That's the time a number of our youngsters fall in love and get married. As soon as they pass their last examinations in solid geometry and historical oration, looks like they feel themselves fit to get married. Early morning again, only this time it's raining. It's pouring and thundering. This is garden and this west here, drenched. All those bean poles and bee vines, drenched.
But they can spend some of it every now and then.
Mama, do you know what I love most in the world, do you?
Money. Eat your breakfast.
Here's the first bell. I gotta go.
Grover's Corners lies on the old Archaeozoic remnants of the Appalachian Range. I may say it's some of the oldest land in the world. We're very proud of that here. Of course, there's some more recent outcropping. Sandstone showing through itself.
competition, first place goes to the band that scored 92.0. Wadsworth High School. Outstanding concert band performance for Williamsburg 1989, Wadsworth High School. Division 4 competition. Division 4 completing their performance with a score of 95.2, earning them first place. First place, Division 4, ladies and gentlemen, Wadsworth High School. Gentlemen, our outstanding parade band for Williamsburg 89, our outstanding trophy goes to Wadsworth High School. Our first place winner finished with a score of 96.4. 96.4, ladies and gentlemen, Wadsworth. Overall, field band performance, Tournament Music Festival Award 4 Specialty Awards. Our first award goes to the outstanding music performance of the day. Williamsburg 89 winner of that trophy is Wadsworth High School. Our second specialty award goes to the outstanding percussion performance. Williamsburg 89, outstanding percussion, Wadsworth High School. Our third specialty award goes for the outstanding auxiliary or band front performance. Williamsburg 89 winner of this specialty award goes to Wadsworth. Finally, our last specialty award goes to the outstanding drum major. We're going to ask that the drum major, when called again, come forward. Outstanding drum major, Williamsburg 89, Wadsworth. And for Division 4 performance, first place, Division 4 completing their performance with a score of 95.0. 95.0, ladies and gentlemen, Wadsworth. Williamsburg 89, outstanding jazz band, Wadsworth. We would like to recognize Williamsburg 89 outstanding jazz soloist, Tyson Puchet.
My basket is full, just space, and 11 little items. If I have 48 items, okay, but I don't. I only have 11 items. This basket belongs in an express line.
Yes, sir, I do see your point. It is difficult. Well, you may say the same thing if you had 16 items or possibly 23 items. But we do have to draw the line somewhere. In the future, please observe the 9 items.
Hey, take her back. It ain't fair for you to let that guy go through this line. He's got more than 9 items in that cart, and that's all that little lady said.
Well, sir, you see, the friend checker nearly fall into a policy, and she's not doing the truck work. Simply adjusting the situation so that the convenience of everyone is employed.
Hey.
I don't mind.
Is that little lady right or not?
She's merely falling to her policy, sir.
Well, is your darn policy right?
She's formed to her policy in the hope of will.
Well, if that lady is right, why are you letting him go through this line?
We're merely adjusting the store policy so that we can solve this problem.
Hey.
Your boy is so good. I'm sure we'll have it all straightened out as soon as this man stops talking.
Hey, Miss Women-Smith, why don't you go home and polish your BMW? Hey, Tinkerbell! It ain't right. You ain't solving nothing by letting this guy go through this line?
Cousin, I pray to you, show us your intent in any wise, and do not spare. Yea, every man, and to us declare, if ye be disposed to go anywhither, for which you well, we shall live and die together. Die together. In wealth and woe we will with you hold, for over his kin a man may be bold.
Gramercy, my friends, and kinsmen kind. Now shall I tell you the grief of my mind? I was commanded by a messenger, and as a high king's officer, he bade me go a pilgrimage to my pain, and I know well that I shall never come again. And also, I must give a reckoning straight, for I have a great enemy that hath me in wait, which intendeth me for to hinder.
What account is it that ye may render? That I would know.
Of all my works, I must show how I lived in my days spent, and also of ill deeds that I have used in my time since life was me lent, and of all the virtues that I have refused. Praise me, go thither with me to help make mine account for great charity.
What? To go thither? Is that the matter? Nay, every month I had rather fast bread and water all this fine year and more.
Not that I was never born, for now shall I never be merry if that you forsake me.
Sir, what ye be a merry man. Take good heart to you and make no moan. But one thing I warn you by St. Anne, as for me, he shall go alone.
My cousin, will you not with me go?
By Our Lady, I have a cramp in my toe.
Trust not to me, for so God me seeth, I will receive you with your most need. It availeth us not to tight. Well, ye shall have my maid with all my heart. She loves to go to feast, there be tonight. I will give her leave to help you on that journey, if that you and she may agree.
Now show me the very effect of your mind. Will you go with me or abide behind?
Abide behind, yea, that I will and may. Therefore, farewell until another day.
A great deal has been written and said about the attitudes of today's modern women. Now, times have changed since Chaucer gave us his views on this subject. But maybe, just maybe, the women haven't changed so much. As we shall see in The Wife's Bath from Geoffrey Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. Is there no authority on earth except experience? Mine, for what it's worth, and that's enough for me, all goes to show that marriage is a misery and a woe. So let me say, if I make so bold, my lord, since I was but 12 years old, 5 husbands have I had at the church door. Thanks be to God eternal evermore. Yes, it's a fact that I've had so many, all worth their way, as good as any. Now, gentlemen, I'll own and tell my tale. As I hope to drink good wine and ale, I'll tell the truth, those husbands that I had. 3 of them were good, and 2 were bad. The 3 that I call...
soliciting comments from the community, and we are also making surveys. And in these surveys, we have talked to the teachers, we have talked to the students, and of course, this was a form of survey asking for comments from our school district. And we have talked to other schools, asking them what they are doing in the performing arts area. So with this little brief overview, I'd like to get started here.
My position on the committee is one of interviewing certain directors of area schools, finding out what their facilities are, what programs they may have, how their choirs and bands and orchestras share the facilities, how they perform along in tandem with the drama department, and also the vocal choir or the vocal band get together, the orchestral development, and things of the sort.
I sent out approximately 35 letters to different area schools, a lot of different size schools, everywhere from Brunswick to Austintown to even a couple in Pennsylvania, even in Cincinnati, and a lot in our own area, North, Medina, and so on. And I had a questionnaire, and the questionnaire basically asked questions like, do you have a facility? How is the facility used when not in use for the play?
That is my official recommendation to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I move that we proceed with the resolution to place a 1.9 mil levy on the ballot in May, as per the official resolution stated.
I'll second that. It's this time for comment or discussion or questions from the board. I would like to at least initially indicate that I wish to at this time state proudly why in a couple of minutes I intend to vote yes on this project, and why I hope to have the opportunity to enthusiastically campaign for its passage in May. We often as board members do not express our reasoning or our feelings behind proposals that come before the board. But obviously this is not either, it is not a normal proposal, and it is not one of which the consequences are so watched by so many people in our community. So much of the work of the board, much of it is equally, if not more important, but is done with very little attention from the public. And I think we as board members not only must be aware of the input that has gone into this proposal and how we got to this point tonight, but you also know why we as board members intend to do what happens tonight. I think that I speak for myself when I say I do not view my position as an elected official to be a caretaker of the status quo for the school district. I think for those people that would have asked me in a campaign, and I think I speak for all of the people at this table, if they ask us if all we were going to do was sit on that board and make sure that nothing changed because we're satisfied with our education, I would have asked them not to vote for me. And I think most of these people would have too. We are elected to this position to set policy and to study proposals that will enhance and improve the educational opportunities for the young people of our community and in general for our community as a whole. I think if we had a good school, I would say I want to have a excellent school. If we had an excellent school, I'd say I want to have a great school, and if we had a great school, I'd say I want to have a perfect school. And I think as long as we strive for that, even though I think we have an excellent school, we can't be satisfied with what we have. Now, we have an opportunity here tonight to do something that the board, for whatever reason, didn't do 10 years ago. And if we don't take this opportunity tonight, I fear that it will be at least another decade before anything happens. Because no matter how much one of us sits up here as a board member and says to you that I support this, but there might be another way of financing it or doing it, we know that that is not the case. We know that we do not have the funds in the voted revenue of this city to do this project, and our funds are committed through 1994. This is the opportunity for us to let the people of this community either accept or reject a proposal and a policy that we as a board set forth to them. I have received, as of tonight, signed letters containing signatures of 69 people in this community in support of this proposal being allowed to go to the public. I personally, as president of the school board, have not received one telephone call, one memo, one note, or one letter in opposition or urging me not to allow the citizens to have a vote. I also would indicate that we have to recognize all those that have worked before. When I look at Bill Elsass in the back of the room, and I think of Phil Coyle and the amount of time that he put in on this project and others before him, and I look around this room at the people, from our administration through the architects and through all the citizen involvement, there has never been, I dare say, a proposal for this school system that has had such a broad-based input and has deserved the opportunity for the public to decide that this is the direction they wish to go. 2 years ago, the board, of which I was not a member, voted as a result of a study to recognize the need of certain improvements at the high school. The auditorium is a need for educational purposes, and it is a need now. The band room is a need because of inadequacies and unsafe conditions, and it is a need now. The renovation to our science facilities is a need, and it is a need now. The changes in the weight room are really a change physically, and it might not be a need for the weight room, but that's only because this district has provided for the athletic needs of our students in a facility that is second to none in the state of Ohio. And it is now our opportunity to provide for the intellectual and artistic needs of our students and of our community. We cannot avoid this, and we should not avoid the opportunity to let the people of this community say whether this is where we want to go as a school district. We as board members cannot avoid this responsibility. You know, and I welcome it because I have no fear in taking a proposal to the citizens. This is not like voting for $1 million roof where we decide. I felt more weight in that decision because we were committing and we were spending the money without a direct vote. We spend money and we're going to spend it for the renovation of the annex, etc. And we won't ask the voters for a decision on that. This is giving to the public only a chance to say yes or no. What more in a democratic society could we want? What better input could we as a board have than to give them an opportunity? You know, what bothers me is that the people that might not get this need that is needed now, are the children of the next decade. If we vote no to even allow the community to have a say in this, we are saying that they will be doomed for at least a decade unless this is brought back up and passed, and why will there ever be a better time than now? We will have another decade of inadequate facilities for the performing arts, of no facilities of any consequence for the band, of inadequate science facilities, and it is not a way to enter the next decade. We should give the children a chance in this, and we should give our community a chance to vote yay or nay. Thank you. Anybody else?
Who wants to speak after that? For me, the main thing, too, aside from the fact that all of these things are needed, is that when you're elected to a position such as this, one of the duties that comes along with it is to follow what the voters want. And this is one case where when everything that you receive is positive, then I think if you're elected to pay attention to these people, that's the least that you can do. And so that's why I think we should vote to put it on the levy, put it on the ballot.
I would like to say how much I appreciate the communication in the letters. Everything I received was positive too, but even if it wasn't, I'm a letter writer and I like to make my feelings known to people. And I really appreciate the communication that I received from you all.
Also, I would like to thank the people out there who sent letters, cards, phone calls, personal visits. It was very nice. I never received so much mail. It was really interesting reading all the letters. But at any rate, the board as a whole all agree that improvements have to be made at the high school. I agree with this. Auditorium, especially in the science wing, the facilities are antiquated. I think they have the same facilities there that they were using when I was in school. No one sits on a board like this, on the Board of Education or any board, without in mind, the first thing in mind is the betterment of the education system and the betterment for the students. I've gone on record the past several years as saying that I agree a facility is needed. I've also gone on record, quoted in the papers, as saying that I felt as long as the school system could afford a facility, I thought it would be a fine idea, and I think we should have it. Obviously, money was spent, studies were done, plans were made, and until you have all of the information, you cannot make a final decision on what you want to do. It's been shown that obviously the system, as Mr. McElmain said, we cannot afford to do a project like this without going to the taxpayers for some more money. And the problem I have, of course, is with staying with my convictions, things I've said to people, quotes that have been made, and I have to try to maintain, some credibility with the people that elected me in office. And I wanted to take a couple minutes, tonight and just explain to everyone why I'm taking the stand I'm taking on the vote tonight. I'm only one vote on the board, and each person on this board has to vote the way they deem responsible, the way they feel in their heart is right. I may be one of the few people on the board that has really, really, really struggled over this. I've lost some sleep over it. I've prayed about it a lot. And I have personal conviction, and like I said, I have to be very, very careful to maintain my credibility with the people that voted for me. Too many people in public office say one thing, and then when the time comes around, they do something completely different. And I get tired of that all the time also. And I just wanted to make this statement before the vote was taken. Thank you.
Well, I guess I'm the last one in line.
Do we have questions?
No. I'm the last one in line, and after such eloquent speeches, I imagine it would be like the flea versus the elephant. I too am for a performing arts facility if we had the money. If we had the money, I would say, let's build it tomorrow. But apparently we don't have it. The only problem I have with this, and it's a big problem, and like the rest of us, I've lost a bit of sleep over it. The facility will run roughly $3.3 million. And of that, we are going to have to pay roughly $1.3 to $1.4 million in interest. I have a problem with that, because that's roughly one-third the cost of the project. But then again, this board is not accustomed to borrowing money. For the past 20 years, we have paid for everything that we've built. But we're into something new, and like I said, I've had a problem with the interest. So again, I'm going to try to vote my convictions. That is all.
Anything further from any member of the board? Then I assume we are prepared to vote. Dan, would you call the roll?
Mrs. Solero?
Aye.
Mr. McElvain?
Aye.
Mrs. Kramer? Aye. Mr. Durhammer?
No.
Mr. Puglisi?
Aye.